All right, everybody keeps asking me about Hedron, so here's my Hedron video. Hedron is pretty much a project that I pretty much ignored it because it looks like Hexy. That's the truth. It looks like Hexy built this. The people that built Hexy, which let's just say it was a scam. I guess it was a scam. Either it was a scam or it was just simply a failed project. It looked like they just gave up and scammed, or I don't know. It gives me that kind of UI vibe. I seem to be the only one saying that, so I guess maybe I'm wrong. But besides that, this wasn't really it seemed pretty complicated, and I just was like, since I'm getting something for free, I'll just take the free stuff and go from there. So here's some of my stakes. You can see I minted some Hedron. I got 10x multiplier for a stake that served 110 days out of 699 days. That's how many stake B shares I have on this one. Now, looking at this white paper, what I understand is what I think. I'm actually, this is me posing a question. I think this number goes up for the life of the stake, but this number goes down for the first 100 days. So my bonus multiplier is going to go down as I wait. But when I'm looking in this white paper, I'm seeing minting. Minting will grant the hex staker Hedron ERC20 tokens based upon how many B shares the stake has allocated and how many days the hex stake has served within the stake. There are no obligations to minting. These tokens are free. Amount of Hedron minted equals hex, your B shares or your stake, times the days served minus days already minted. For example, let's say you have hex stake with 100 B shares that is served 500 out of 5,555 days, and you are minting for the first time. When you execute the mint function, this would plug into the equation as follows: 50,000 Hedron because you staked 100 B shares times 500 days served and you hadn't already minted. If you were to serve 100 more days in the hex stake and call the mint function again, this would plug into the equation: 10,000 Hedron because you staked 100 B shares times 600 days, but you already claimed from your 500 days already minted. You cannot mint more than the amount of servable hex days. So in this example, after minting 5,555 days, there'll be no more Hedron to mint, of course. If you merge the end stake, so I think that's what that means. This number goes up through the life of the stake, but this multiplier goes down. So let's go look at the multiplier. Minting, advance, and borrowing. I'll get into that later. I'm not really into that right now. I don't think it's not something that I want to do. Even doing new stakes, creating a hex stake instance, that's basically wrapping your hex stake with them. I don't really want to do it. I might do it, but I don't know if I'm gonna do it for a long time, man. Gotta approve, and I could easily disapprove the contract. You know, I'm just being very cautious with this because it looks like Hexy, but it might be early on something, you know, so, you know, I can see how this can turn into something. Launch phase bonus is a time limited bonus that applies only during the first 100 Hedron days after the launch date. The bonus itself starts at 10x multiplier only to minted Hedron, not borrowed. This 10x multiplier drops by 1x every 10 Hedron days until it's settling at 0x for the remaining life of the contract. This bonus is applied on top of your normal minted Hedron payout. So conceptually, it may be easier to think of this bonus as ranging from 11x to 2x. For example, let's assume you were expecting a Hedron mint to grant you 555 Hedron to mint on Hedron day 1 to claim 10x. The bonus would grant you the following amount of Hedron: 6 million because you had 555 base Hedron plus 555 times 10x bonus. So you're getting a lot more. That's cool and all, but you know, do I care? I haven't really seen any value for the token. That's why I'm not buying them. I definitely would not be buying these. If you're buying these, I don't know. Maybe you know something I don't know, put it like that, but taking a pretty big risk. Let's read about tokenized hex stakes. The user has the option to tokenize it, so it turns to an NFT. This token can be transferred to another wallet of the choosing. You know, I'm just not seeing the benefits. So I guess the benefit of this is you can stake and you can move it to another wallet. Like, this just doesn't, Hedron doesn't seem like anything that, and maybe that's on purpose. Maybe that's intentional, because that's kind of how More Token is. More is like, oh, it ain't nothing. It's nothing, man. More Token passed 1,000 followers. Gang sign is officially in progress. There's a lot of development going on here with the More Token gang sign. We see Pump My Bag Mo. He's made improvements I mean, that R, I had a lot of trouble with that R. I'm having a lot of trouble with the R, but if we can get it sped up, this thing will look very legit and very scary. So that's all that more is. It's just a little gang. Yeah, I'm not lying. It's just like, that's all it is right now. There's no token, there's no concept, there's nothing except for more. So I say that to say, I don't see really any reason to want to get into this, except for, oh, I got some stakes, I'm gonna claim them and I'm gonna dump the tokens. Because that's probably what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to just claim these, and I might not sell all of them, but I'll probably sell, it depends on what they're at. Probably sell most of them. It's about $10 to go through the whole thing. So let's go through, let's mint this. You know, I'm just wondering, I don't want to jump in this too fast or make any crazy decisions. 10x is great on this. It's only 100 days, so it's not going to really make too much of a difference, because what if by the end of this stake, I have more than what 10x would have been? You know, I gotta think about that stuff first. So maybe some of these shorter ones I'll do, because the shorter ones are the bigger ones anyway. So yeah, that's the only thing I'm thinking about with this is, you know, is it, for one, worth the gas? Let's go to the market. Let's go ahead and add it, you know, because, you know, now I'm kind of invested. Man, it's down 50%. Good thing. I didn't. 20K liquidity, you know, they come out with a use case for it, it'll go up, which would be kind of stupid not to, right? So I'm wondering, I think once these stakes end, you can't restake without creating a hex stake instance, you know. So this is a member video, so, you know, I haven't done too much research on this. You know, leave some comments down below if I'm saying something wrong here. All right, let's look at some charts. Hex looking good, nice bounce, needs to get to the 13, and ultimately I want to see it break this resistance line and head up to this 290 at 20 cents, but really though 22 cents. So to get 22 cents, I'm going to say yes, but if it goes up to here, it'll be looking like a W to me. I mean, it depends on where you're drawing it from. That's a W. So really 34 is where I get really bullish on Hex. And that's a ways away. So I'm not going to sit here and think Hex is going to just pump straight through. I think the best case scenario is it pumps up to 22, pushes past it, and holds it, and holds a pullback to this 290. Best case scenario for X. Worst case scenario is we get rejected here, or we break out and we get rejected here, and we don't make that swing high, and then we're threatening 12 cents again. Going to 12 cents again, we're going to like 7, and that's when I'll buy some. A lot, actually. More, I wouldn't say a lot, but more than I usually buy.